Nigeria, the powerhouse of Africa and the home of Adire, the tie and dye cloth of the Yoruba people. Bold, colourful and proud, Adire fashion doesn't just make a statement, it signifies cultural legacy and artistic skill. I've come to Abeokuta in southwest Nigeria. For 700 years, Adire has passed from one generation to the next. And today, it's still a symbol of the region's creativity. There was a time when certain Adire patterns were a symbol of wealth, and some of the more intricate designs were reserved for nobility.
So we produce fabrics and we also train young people as well. And you can see some of the designs here. They're amazing.
Today, this Nigerian royal is involved in preserving and promoting the art of Adire.
Different colours, different designs, all done with this all handmade technique. Yes, all done with the Ashoke technique. Really.
Her Majesty Queen Ronke is a member of the royal family of Ife in Osun State.
This is under the tie-dye family. Wow. And this is the batik family.
Yeah. Educated in Britain, she's an international fashion entrepreneur and the founder of Africa Fashion Week London.
In 2021, I spoke to my husband, His Majesty, the Oni of Ife, about doing something for the women in the rural area of Ile-Ife, for their businesses to pick up and to actually inspire them to do something for themselves to earn them a sustainable living. And he asked what I wanted to do, and I said, I'd love to do Adire. This is one of the ancient techniques called Adire Alabere, and she's the one making it here. And it's the Adire Alabere is the stitch resist process, because Adire means Adi, Are means we tie the fabric or we resist the dye on the fabric using any of the techniques, and then we soak it in the dye. So we also encourage university graduates to come and do their NYSC here, which is their National Youth Service. Here we're showing them how to make batik. We call it Adire Alabela. We melt the hot wax, and it's a resist process using the hot wax. He's one of the resources, that we engage to teach them. So after doing the designs, we bring them out here. Aziz now is going to mix the dye.
Traditionally, the bright colour of the Adire comes from the chopped and pounded leaves of the African indigo plant. But over the years, other colours have been introduced.
It's fascinating. It is.
After it's been rinsed, it's laid out in the sun to allow the fabric to oxidise. Next comes the de-waxing.
That is so hot. Yes, because that's the only way it can de-wax it. So this is melting the wax? Melting the wax, yes. And this is the bit where we have to take the wax off the fabric. You've got to get everything off. Yes, every bit off. If not, it starts setting again. The work and craftsmanship that goes into it. And he's been doing it for over 20 years. With all this work, how much would that sell for? About $100.
Next stop, Lekki in Lagos, to meet one of Adire's most celebrated designers.
This design of Adire is called Oluokun.
Chief Nike Davis Okande.
Because everyone tells a story. The flower represents life. When you move to a new house, they give you flower. They are saying you are going to live fresh, like flower, for the rest of your life.
You've taken this textile and you've turned it into artwork which people can hang on their walls, and you've become famous around the world.
I come from a 5th generation Adire maker, and they used to train you right from when you are young. So doing Adire is the culture of the Yoruba people.
Abeokuta Market is where people come to buy genuine handmade Adire. But despite its popularity, the fabric is under a real threat from cheap imports flooding in from Asia. The shop owners here are incredibly proud of their link to the traditional fabric, and fake Adire is simply not welcome.
Hello, Auntie.
Hello.
Thank you so much for having us in your wonderful shop. Would you ever sell fake Adire?
I said I'm not for selling fake. This Adire.
This is cotton. If you don't touch it, you don't know.
So you actually have to feel it.
Feel it. All the sign that we are doing in Adire, they will go and imitate it.
So they're stealing your
They
design.
steal our design and do it.
I went back to Lagos and headed for John Street Market. I was told it was here I could see the Adire, which is brought in from abroad. I want to find out if these cheaper counterparts really do look and feel different, and why exactly people are buying it. So this Adire, or Kampala, as it's sometimes known, is imported from China. And it may look very similar, but it feels very different. So it says real Kampala
Yes,
Adire, but this one is from China.
yes,
So people prefer this because it's cheaper.
yes. It's very cheap, but people like it.
Its clear price is the critical issue for the women in the market. For traditional Adire to survive, it's incumbent on local officials to act.
Lovely to meet you.
Back in Ogun, I met a representative of the state's governor.
Thank you.
The governor is very, very passionate about the fabric. And when he came on board, he looked at it, in the first place, how can I assist the marketers? And since he brought that up, at least 85% of the staff, they've been on Adire every Friday, even governor himself.
So surely the logical thing to do is to ban any imports of fake Adire into Nigeria. Isn't that the answer?
Yes, that's a better way. But we as state, we don't have that, absolute power of, implementing the ban on it outrightly. But federal government, once that is approved, it will cascade down to the states, and state can now take it up, and implement it.
And is this a battle that you think you're going to win in the end?
I believe we can win it. We have to preserve it because it is the heritage of, Ogun State. This is what we are known for, tie and dye.
This is called Ila. Ila means lines. So that
The preservation of Adire is an issue designer Ade Bakare is devoted to.
when the average man on the street wants to buy something, he's not really thinking for the betterment of Nigeria. He's actually thinking what's in his pocket, what can he afford. The government definitely has to intervene and say, if you're going to import these Asian copies, the tariffs have to be quite high.
For Adire to continue to reach new audiences, its vital designers can continue to innovate.
Adire is usually on cotton. That's what traditionally people associate Adire with. But I modernized it in my way, and I started doing it on silks and organzas and these chiffons.
How proud does it make you feel to see the young people embracing Adire?
It's the happiest day of my life. The first day when I see the Adire on runway. Then I said, wow. Because we always wanted Adire to live after us. Adire has been living before we are born, and we want Adire to live after us.
This is not just a simple campaign to stop fake goods flooding a lucrative market. This is about preserving tradition and holding on to heritage.